Hey everybody. I know it's a really tough time, but I wanted to have another heart-to-heart with you. So maybe just take a moment or come back when you're in the mood, because this is not going to be an entertainment, funny thing. It's going to be a really deep connection. And let's go deep right away. Let's just take a deep breath and release it. 3 together. And release it. So in this peaceful, quiet mode, as you continue doing the breath that we've been working on, the belly breathing, I want to talk about how the body, mind, spirit is all working together to keep balanced during this crisis. I've had a lot of friends tell me, and I've seen it in the news, because I read the papers, I don't watch the reporters on TV. I've heard a lot of people are very anxious, mostly about money right now. Not so much about catching the virus, because, now it's the money situation. And also a lot of relationship problems of people being so close together. So there's plenty of other people out there doing the funny stuff. So let's just talk a minute about, how do we keep balanced? Because that's a more, I don't know, what would you call it, more disciplined approach to life. We have to think about, what do we need to look at today? Do we need more exercise? Do we need more reading of something stimulating us? Do we need to go within to become more calm? So I'll just share where I'm at. I had trouble sleeping last night. There's a lot on my mind too. I do my spiritual practices. I do my yoga practice. I read, and I have good friends that I communicate with on video. All these things. I'm not under any stress, having good food, but yet the mind. So I had to do some extra mind-stilling things last night myself. And even those of us who practice mind-stilling have to be sometimes in a mode where we have to have a tune-up. And that's what I'm talking about today. What kind of a tune-up do we need this moment? We started off with breath. That's how I always start. I follow my breath. And then you shine the headlight of your awareness, which has been heightened because now you've focused your breath on the moment, because the breath is like a bridge from your lower self to your higher self. Breath is the bridge, not figuring things out, not coming up with solutions, but to tune into the breath. So it gives you this power. It gives you this connection, this real instinctual, innate human connection to all that is. So once you tune into the breath, then you can start doing the work of shining your headlight on the situation in front of you. What do I need to do to feel more balanced? Do I need to do some more exercise? Do I need to take either walks around the block if I'm lucky to have that privilege, or do I need to walk in place? Do I need to do some videos of new kind of exercise so I get out of not knowing what to do? Or do I need to reach out to a friend and tell them, wow, I'm really feeling in a funk. I need to talk? Because talking, believe it or not, is medicine. I know most of you know that. But to keep problems inside of yourself, it really just festers. It's like a wound that just festers. So the other day, finally, a friend reached out to me, and I knew from her past patterns that she had gotten herself into a funk, and I was waiting for her to reach out to me. And when she did, of course, I was so happy, because that's the first sign that somebody is willing to come into a balanced state rather than just remaining in the infectious, toxic cesspool of our own thinking, because that's all it is. It's just bad thinking when we get ourselves into a funk. Yes, we have pressures from life. We have outside pressures. We have economic pressures like crazy right now. We have political pressures, which are, some people just really thrive on creating more antagonism. And then we have also the virus. So by my friend reaching out and saying, okay, I don't want to really talk about my problems. And I said, that's right. We're not going to talk about your problems because that's not my job. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I'm a spiritual activist. I am not a shrink. I just live the moment that I'm in and with joy because I didn't used to. So I am happy to share it with people who are having challenges. So the first thing I said to my friend was, just shine your light of awareness directly on what it is that's troubling you. And in that moment that you shine your light of awareness, it dissipates whatever is troubling you. It could be that you're worried about money. Okay, now if you shine your light on that, because she had lost her job, and she also takes care of a very elderly and very ill mother with no outside help right now. Everybody's abandoned her because of the pandemic. So I said, what we need to do when we feel out of balance is shine your light of awareness that we get from focused breathing, for instance, or if you have another way, that's great. But however you get there with your shining light of awareness, focus it on what's before you and see that in this moment, right here, right now, everything's okay. We are not sick. Some of us might be a little sick. Some of us might be in the hospital, but I don't think they're watching this. But if you get sick, shine your light on it and feel it and let the power that you are connected through the breath, unlimited power, unlimited resource of the universe, shine your light on even if you feel the illness coming within you, and shine it and be aware of the symptoms. So my friend, her illness, her dis-ease is that she's housebound with no source of money in a country where she is just getting used to. She's a new immigrant. And I said, hey, you're legal. Today, look at what you've got. You're a legal immigrant. I knew when she was an illegal immigrant. What do we have to be grateful for in this moment? It sounds corny, but it is so important to remember to be grateful for the simplest little things. Like we have two eyes. Maybe some of you don't, but I have two eyes and I have two ears and I have two hands, even though I have injuries over here and here. But I have so much to be grateful for, and I have enough food today, thank God. And I have friends who love me, and I am breathing, and I think gratitude in the moment is what we need to focus on right now for those of us who are feeling out of sorts. So last night, as I was falling asleep and my mind was going rackety, 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 roo, I followed my breath. I said, okay, is that it? No, I still didn't get to sleep. My mind was still going. And I just focused on the fact that I was having trouble sleeping. I needed to focus on the fact that at that moment there was disturbance in my spectrum, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, in that in-between state. And I knew that eventually I would fall asleep. But in that moment, I said, I'm going to just shine my light on the fact that this is different. This is something that I haven't experienced before. And before I knew it, it was morning. So for any of you who are feeling troubled, I offer these little hints how I steady my mind, because I was a very troubled person at one point in my life. And I have found techniques and methods, and some of them are yoga based, and some of them are art based, and some of them are, moving my body based and breathing based. And there's so many tools that we can use. And today I'm just offering what I do when I feel myself having, it's not so much a setback, it's just the patterns of our being human that we do tend to get into thinking. And thinking is never going to solve anything. Being, and especially being in the now, is going to make us feel better. So if you want to feel better, that's what I would recommend. So as we say sayonara for now, let's just breathe together. Those of you who need a little extra help how to do it. Remember to let your belly get loose, because the belly muscles control the diaphragm. It either expands or contracts. So breathe in and let your belly get loose and your lungs fill. And breathe out. Push your belly in and air leaves. Breathe in. Think of love and light coming into your system. And breathe out. Push that belly. And let the love that you are join the world for strength. Breathe in. Breathe out at your own pace. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Think of air as invisible love, healing us personally. And as we push our air out, we're helping to heal the world through this very hard time.